Now, the industrial society. How was the society when the industries came up? Industry was a new concept not only for the Indians but also for the European societies. So let's find out how did the society changed after the establishment of the industries. So industrial society and social change. Because of industries, how did the society got influenced and that brought changes in the society is the main theme of this part of the lesson. Now, the social and the economic changes were started to happen because of the changes which came in the society. When we talk about a word called change, change is nothing but something which is existing gets modified. That is called change. So, the society is changing. The economic standards of the people are changing. That's what the broader perspective when we mention about the social and the economic changes. And later, industries, why the society is changing? For what is it changing? Did anyone come and do any magic here to change the society? No. The developments which are happening in the society are bringing changes in the society. Someone or somewhere will not appear to do some changes in the society. The people, the technology or the advancements or any improvements in the society only will bring changes in the society on a very larger scale. So, the industrial setup, coming up of large number of industries has brought men, women and even children to work in these factories and industries. So, the industries and the factories brought the people to work. Women and children were working in a very rare and exceptional conditions. But here we have men, women and children coming equally and working. Railway network was brought into existence. Transportation developed. People from villages started to migrate to the nearby places where these industries are located, where the factories are located, so that they can find some job or some work for them. It would be appropriate to mention the word work rather than job, so that these people can do some work and earn some livelihood. That was the main intention which got fulfilled with the establishment of the railway connectivity. And later, the industrial revolution, the change of man-made goods to machine-made goods, the tendency got changed completely from the man-made goods to machine-made goods, where the production has increased, doubled, tripled and quadrupled. So, initially the production of a person for 30 days, let's assume there are 30 sarees which are being made. If a machine makes, it makes 30 sarees per day. So, on an account of 1 month average, a person can make 30 sarees where a machine can make 900 sarees. So, that variation, that plunging of the goods into the market brought changes in the society. So, the three major factors which brought changes in the society are industries, setting up of the industries and factories brought men, women and children to the workplaces from their homes. Railway network brought connectivity between the people from the rural areas to the urban areas or from the villages to the nearby towns. Industrial revolution, change of the machine-made goods, change of the man-made goods to the machine-made goods. The tendency itself has changed and flooding of the goods started to reach the market. It's not the own country market, it started to reach to the other countries also. And what are the other conditions in the society? The people were forced to work for long hours. They used to work 12 to 14 hours in a very severe conditions, and their wages were really very less, and the unemployment was very common in the society during that time. Low demand for the products which are made in the industries, because people are not aware, people are not rich enough to buy the products. People do not have work to do. They are completely unemployed. So why would they buy a product which they have to pay? They need some work to earn some money. So they are in a situation where there is completely unemployment. They used to work for long hours. So even though they are working for long hours, very few people will be able to get some work in the factories or in the industries. That's the reason why whomever they know in their family, they used to call them from the rural areas to work in the urban areas or the nearby towns to have some livelihood, because the crops, the condition of the climate was not in the favor of the agriculture. And also, as many people are moving on from the nearby villages to the towns, housing has become a serious problem. People do not have sufficient number of houses, and those who migrated from the nearby villages were not in a position to take a nice place for rent. So they used to adjust in small houses and small rooms, and which resulted in the sanitation problem. The maintenance of the sanitation could not be appropriately maintained, because many people are staying in a single room or a single storied building, where it automatically brings lapses in the sanitation of the town, and first in that area and later to all parts of the country. So housing has become a serious issue and sanitation very serious problem. So this is a brief view of how is the industrial society at that time. So in order to find out the solution for this, the liberals and radicals gave a thought process. What did they want? What are the changes they want? And how can they find a solution for all these problems? Let's find out. Now, the factories and the individual property. Almost all the factories are individual properties. Who were the owners of the factories or the industries? The liberals and the radicals were mostly the owners and the employers of the society at that time. So they always want their efforts to be appreciated, as they have traded overseas and got or acquired success and achieved a lot of wealth. So they want that their efforts to be appreciated, so that many others also would take inspiration from them, and then the society can progress. So they want the entire society to progress. They do not want any restrictions. If a person is poor, allow him to do labor, allow him to get some work. If a person is able to maintain the capital, if he is rich, if he has the capital, give the chance for him to establish factories and rotate that capital through the process of establishing factories and earn some more extra income, so that people, those who are working, will get their daily wages. Those who are operating the factories would get more income, profit, and would establish more factories. More people would get the places to work in conditions. So they want the society to appreciate them. They want the society to be healthy, and they want more number of educated people in the society, so that their businesses could expand further wide. So they never discourage that kind of no jobs, or they never discourage any people. They want actually the existing governments should be overthrown. When people heard this kind of views, that give freedom for them to work, if they have money, give chance for them to establish factories, give a chance for the society to be healthy and make the citizens educated, many of the men and women in the early 19th century rallied towards the liberals and the radicals. So the liberals expressed a view that the existing governments, either through revolution or by some force, end the existing governments and put an end and a full stop to the monarchic forms of governments. That was the aim of radicals and the liberals at that point of time. So most of the factories are run as an individual properties. Radical leaders, liberal leaders were mostly the owners or the employers. They want their efforts to be appreciated. How did they earn huge profits? By doing hard work and encouraging trade. So they want the society, especially the people, to be healthy so that they can work. They want an educated section of people through whom they can earn more and more profits. They can have skilled manpower. That's what the intention they mentioned here. And they are dead against of any special privileges given on the basis of birth. They denied completely the old aristocratic methods of special privileges given to the noble or clergy in the French society. So they do not want any such kind of special privileges granted to them or to anybody else. And they want the poor to work, do labor and earn livelihood, rich to operate the factories, and this ultimately results in the development of the society on a larger point of view. And men and women who are impressed with the ideas of radicals and the liberals rallied towards them in the early 19th century. The liberals and the radicals expressed a view that the existing governments should be thrown out of power either through revolution or by some force. That was the major views and the intentions of the radicals and liberals. Now, moving on to understand what did the radicals do ultimately. The radicals and the liberals worked very hard in the countries of France, Italy, Germany and Russia, and finally they are able to succeed in overthrowing the existing monarchies at that time in 1815. So, the views of the radicals and the liberals were acknowledged by the people of that time, which resulted in overthrowing of the existing monarchies in many countries in Europe like France, Italy, Germany and also in the Far East in Russia. Now moving on to understand about the nationalists. Nationalists always talked about a nation. Nation means not the political boundaries or the land boundaries. Nation means a group of people associated with some common binding. That binding people are called as national people, and they are literally known as citizens who enjoy certain rights in that particular nation, equal rights. So nationalists always talked about a nation in which people are citizens and they have equal rights. And moving on to Italy, Giuseppe Mazzini always talked about nationalism, and he conspired with the other nations people also in order to establish nationalism in Italy. And the books which were written by him were read all across the world, and even in India we have people who read the writings of the people of Giuseppe Mazzini. So that's how we can understand the rebels, the liberals and the radicals were able to succeed very well in putting their views to make the people to understand, got the acknowledgement of the people, and completely they have overthrown the existing monarchies who are not at all fit to that changing society at that point of time.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.